So today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys two new palettes that Morphe recently came out with. I think in the last 2 months, I believe, or 3 months. I also have a new palette that I want to show you guys. So I'm going to start off with the palette first. The one that I have is 35W. And if you guys saw my last Morphe palette or haul, I showed you guys that I bought one that is called 35N. And pretty much it's the exact same thing, just this one, 35W, is a half shimmer and half matte. So I'm going to show you guys how it looks like first. And this is what the palette looks like. It has that mirror like the last ones that I showed you guys. I will link those two videos down below for you guys if you want to check it out. So this is what the palette looks like. If you guys can see, some of these eyeshadows are shimmery and some are matte. So this is the 35W, the new one that I just bought. So to compare it with the other one, the 35N, it looks like that. And like I said, that eyeshadow fell out because I was picking at it. So this is what they look like. So they are pretty much identical. The only difference that they have from each other is that this one, the 35W, has shimmery eyeshadows. So I went ahead and bought the 35W just because I want to be able to have those shimmery eyeshadows in a neutral palette, and I thought this is perfect for traveling. So when I first saw this one, the matte one, the 35N, I liked that it had all the mattes that I needed, all those neutral shades that I typically wear every day. But for the 35W, I just like that I could take this one for traveling and have pretty shimmery colors, and I also have my matte colors. So if you guys saw the swatches for the 35N, you guys saw that the mattes are very pigmented and beautiful. I will show you guys swatches of all the shades as well towards the end of the video. But just to show you guys some of the shimmery shades, you guys can see how pigmented these are. They're very pretty and they last a long time. And they're very cheap. This one costs $19.99, like all the palettes usually do. And this black one right here that has shimmer, you can slightly see the shimmer, but it's such a beautiful pigmented black color. So this palette is really nice. If you don't have the 35N and you like shimmer but you also like your mattes, I highly recommend the 35W. So if you guys follow Morphe on Instagram, or if you guys check on their website constantly, then you have seen that they came out with a bunch of new palettes. And I went to the Morphe store I think like 2-3 weeks ago, and I grabbed 2 new palettes that they came out with. They also came out with a concealer palette, I believe, a foundation palette, blush palettes, contour palettes. So they came out with tons, and they came out with a new eyeshadow palette as well, which is all shimmery. So I only grabbed onto 2 of them, and the ones that I grabbed onto was their 9B and 9BZ. So the first one, this was 9B, and this is an all blush palette. This is such a great palette. It does retail at $19.95. I think it's such a great deal for the amount of blush you get. I like this palette because it just has different tones of blush colors. And I like being able to take something like this with me if I'm traveling somewhere. The only color in this palette that I'm kind of not crazy about is this one right here, which looks like a deep coral, almost red. It's a mix between those colors, but to me it looks a little bit more red. It's a very, very bright color. I swatched it right here. You guys can see it's a very bright color. This is a color that would look nice on a deep skin person. It would nicely show up on your skin. So this is a beautiful color. All these colors will show up on every skin tone, but this one is very, very bright for a fair person. I can say you can make it work, but literally like a dab goes a long way. You guys saw that? Like, that was a dab, and I got it on my fingers. Like, it looks like I rubbed it on my fingers. But this is a beautiful palette overall. I like the blushes. All these colors are just beautiful. I'm actually wearing this one today on my cheeks. I don't know if you guys can tell. Also, this is a great palette to have if you are a beginner, or if you are a makeup artist and you have a variety of different skin tones that you deal with all the time. This is great because it'll complement many skin tones out there. The last palette that I got was 9BZ, and this is what it looks like. It's a contour palette. There's a bunch of shades in here that complement my skin tone, and that's why I got it. The bottom row right here for my skin tone, they would work more for contouring. The middle row right here is more for a bronzy look for me. This shade right here, to me, on my skin tone, I feel like it would work more as a powder than a bronzer. A little bit dark, so it might work for me in the summer. The two shades right here have some glitter on them. This shade right here has some glitter when you look at it, but when you swatch it, you don't see any glitter whatsoever on it. So when you swatch it, it is matte. And this one right here, on my skin tone, when I swatch it, it looks more of a highlight. I will definitely use this one on top of my cheekbones or as a blush as well. But it's definitely like a rosy pinkish highlight on my skin tone. The shade down here as well, these two for sure will give me the contour look, but this one right here has more of a reddish tone. So I could use that one more as a blush than a bronzer. And just like the blush palette, I feel that this is a great palette to have to contour on people that are different skin tones. Or if you're a beginner and you're trying to find out how to contour and highlight, this is a cheap alternative to going to buy just one contour color from like MAC or just any high-end brand. This is $20 as well, so you get a good amount for your buck. So now I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the swatches to all the three palettes. So if you guys want to see all the swatches, then just keep watching.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. From now on, our troubles will be miles away.
So as you guys can see, all the palettes are very pigmented. They are great quality for the price. They are high-end quality. I highly recommend all these palettes if you are interested in buying new blushes or new contour products or new eyeshadows. If you are starting off, I highly recommend to check out Morphe. I will link the website down below for you guys to check out. And that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this review and swatches on the new Morphe palettes. Please give this video a like if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't yet. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!